Welcome back, guys. So this is what we've done so far from the part one, and our website is looking great. This is the navigation bar. Everything is looking all right. Very simple, and just an initiative for you to use WPBakery to build your website. And this is what we have so far. So we are going to proceed to just finish this off. I'll just show you other elements just to finish off the website. So let's continue. So coming back here to the WP Bakery dashboard, all I have to do now, I want to add a new session. So for every session I add, I'll add a role and an inner role. So let me just click on this plus. I'll click on this plus and I'll add a role again. And having to add a role again, remember the margin between this first session and second session. Remember the margin between them is 60 pixel, so I'm going to use that 60 pixel again. So I'm going to use the 60 pixel margin. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to use the design options. I'm going to use 60 pixels again. So this is 60 pixels right here, so I'm going to save that. So yes, I have that saved, and I just used a 60 pixel again in between. And right now I'm going to add an inner role again. So I'm going to just click on this plus and add an inner role just to make that. So we're going to have an inner role. So now I have an inner role, and here in the inner role, what do I want to add? So this time around, let me add a text separator. There is something called a separator with text this. So let me add something like this right now. So having to add something like this right now is going to have the title. So the title would be our peace mission gallery. So let's say you have some images about peace mission, something like that. So this will be centered, and let's see what we have. So this will be, yes, let's just save this. Let's see style. Let's see what we have. So let's save this. Let's see what the separator looks like. So this is what the separator looks like right now. So but we could improve it right now. So let me just click on this to improve that. So coming back here, we have this, and we have center, we have separator, alignment, center, we have style. So the style is border. Yes, that will be a straight dash, and the border width could be increased to like a 3 pixel. Let's see what that will be. And yes, we have all this. So let me just save that and see what we have right now. So this is our peace mission gallery. So let's see what we have in the title. So the title says this, and it says add a text separator. So we have this, and we could just go on and on and see that it is okay so far. So we could proceed right now. So let's proceed with that. So we have the peace mission gallery right here, and it's not looking bad. So we could proceed to add an image. So let's add another element. Let's add another piece of elements. So I'm going to add an element right here, but the elements that I want to add now would be an image carousel. So we're going to add an image carousel just to show peace mission across Africa or something like that. So let's see what we have right now. So carousel size will not be a thumbnail. Let's see what we have. Okay, sorry, let me close this for now. Let me choose image, not just image carousel. Let me choose image gallery, not image carousel. So we're going to choose image gallery. So let's choose image gallery. So let's see what we have right now. So it says auto rotate. No. So it says auto rotate. So it says auto rotate slides every each X second. Yeah. So flex slide and everything. So everything is intact. So now we have to add images of the peace mission. So let's do that right now. So let's see. Let's click on add images, and let's say peace mission in Africa. Let's type peace mission in Africa. Let's get some images. So peace mission in Africa. So we're going to do this depending on the website you want to build, so you can be creative about it. So we have, let's just take some images. Let's take some images out. So we're going to use those images. So yes, we're going to have something like this. So we have the UN charter here. Yes, we have something like this. And let me just open something like this. Yes, we are good to go. So let me just save some of these images just for the sake of this tutorial. Let me just save some of these images, and let's see how we could use them. So let me save some of these images, and yes, we're going to have this saved, and let's have this saved So I'm going to save some of these images and let's see how it goes. So I'm going to have that saved as well. Let me have this saved as well. So let me just have this saved. So I have that saved as well. Let me have this saved as well. So let me just save image, and I have this. Okay, so let me just leave it. So those three images I just saved are okay. Let me just proceed with that for now. So let's proceed with those three images. So right now I'm going to just come right here to upload those images. I'm going to select files. I'm going to select this those three images. Of course, I'm going to open them up. Then I have them selected, so I have them uploaded. Then I can now start picking them one by one. So we have all these uploaded already, so I could just add images. So I'm going to just add those three images right now, and we're going to have that for our piece mission. So let me just save that, and let's see what we have right now. So this is what the images looks like, and hey, it's not looking, it's looking bad because I don't know why it is looking so bad. So yes, we have something like this, we have something like this. So those are the images of the piece mission, but we could do more edits. So let's check image gallery. So let's say image gallery, and let's see what to fix in the image. So let's say the image size, let's just leave them at, let's say, enter image size, example medium, large, full. So let's say medium. I think medium will be okay. Let's say medium. Let's see what medium would look like. So let's see what medium would look like. So this is medium image. So we have that fixed already. So this is the medium sized image, and this is what our website looks like right now. So I'm going to update that. Let me just refresh this page and let's see what we have right now. So we have a full website right now that talks about peace mission, and this is what it looks like right now. So we are going to just come back here and let's look at the image, and let's make sure we tidy this up. So it says none link to learned image, so let's say none. Let's save this and let's see what we have right now. So let me update this and let me refresh right here. Let's see what we have. So we have all these, and it's not looking clear here, maybe because the images are not ours, but let me just do more tweaking and see how to make that clear. So yes, we have this, and let's change the image size. I think it has to do with the size. So let's change the size of these images. So let's say, let's leave it at, let's just leave it at what it should be. Okay, so let's see what's medium. Let's say other sizes. It says thumbnail, medium, large, full. So we could say other size. So defined by current theme attention. Okay, we could add pixel size. So let's see, what should we add. Let's say we are going to add like a 600. Okay, let's say full. Let's say full, and let's see what that will be like. So let's say full, and let me update this full and see what it will be like. Let me refresh it right now, and yes, we fixed that, so it's full. And here we are. So we have a clear image, and this is a website looking so great. So we have the peace mission gallery right here showing here. So once you click on it, you could change the images, and yes, we're going to have them change as you clicked on it. So you could insert more images. It's just a peace mission website, and now we're going to add more elements just to make sure we have. So another session, let's say you want to add another session, we just added that. And let's say you want to add another session, so you could just easily add another session, just add a role. And having to add a role right there, you're going to add a role, and you're going to add an inner role again. So you're going to add another role to give an inner role. Remember, it has to be 60 pixels in between. So we're going to just do that. So we're going to have this inner rows. So we're going to just edit this. So we're going to have 60 pixel in between. Remember that. I'm going to save image. I'm going to save this, and yes, we have that. So right now I'm going to add an inner role. So let's say we want to add something like an FAQ. So we're going to just input FAQ right here, and we're going to have our FAQ question, and you say why, what is this peace initiative about, something like this. What is this peace initiative about? So you could have different FAQs and all that. So we could just say the text goes here. So we're going to save that, and that will be the first, that will be the first FAQ. But before we proceed to write FAQ, we could just design the FAQ page. But before we do that, we could just say, we could add a session title. Of course, we could add a session title. So we have different, as you could see, we have different like elements here. So let's look for how to add a title. So let's look for that. So let me just say title. Let me just look for something like title. So let's say we are looking for session. So let's say session. Okay. Okay, so what we have to add is a text block actually. So we have to add a text block, and this time around we are going to make it an heading 4, and this would be an FAQ. Let's say FAQs. Yeah. So let's say FAQs, and we are going to bring that to the middle. So yes, bring it to the middle and see what we're going to have. So we have FAQs. So let me just update this, and now we could have it designed in between here. So we could have the FAQs right now. So we could say FAQs, and something we could do again, we could just now make use of this custom FAQ. We could just come right here to see how to add a raw code. So we're going to add a raw HTML. So let's say we want to add a raw HTML. So I would say I'll come to my chat GPT. So open a chat GPT account and come here. We could actually use chat GPT to create custom codes for our website. So let's say write write an HTML code for a WordPress website. I want to design an FAQ session for a peace initiative. Up with the responsive HTML code to be used on WPBakery page builder. Okay, help with the responsive raw HTML code to be used on the WPBakery. Okay, so let's have this sent. Yeah, let's have this sent on ChatGPT, and it's going to give us a code right now. And this is the code right here. All I have to do is to copy it and paste it right there. So I'm going to copy the code and come back here to paste it right here. So I'm going to just take all this out, then I'll paste the code right here. So I have the code pasted, and I'm going to save that. And here we just have an FAQs designed with ChatGPT, and here we are. So we have this right now. So we have this. Okay, let me just take this out. Let me take the inner column out. Sorry. Let me take. Let me take. Okay. So let me bring this row inside. So we're going to, okay, let me just take this out. Let me take all these out right now. So let me take all that out. So I'm going to have a raw code right here. So let me have a raw HTML code right now. So let's see what we have. No, before we do that, let me just have, no, let me have an inner role. Yes, as we've been doing. So let me have an inner role. So inside the inner role is where I want to add the HTML. So raw HTML. Yes, we're going to just proceed right now. So we're going to just add the raw HTML. I'm going to paste it right there. Then I'm going to have it saved. So you can actually build a whole page with this HTML and not HTML kind of code. So you could see I just have an raw HTML. All I have to do is to update it, and let's see what it looks like on the website. So I'm going to refresh this page, and I'll be able to see what this looks like. So these are our page right now. So we have these, and our page looks great. So these are our page, and these are frequently asked questions, and we have all these. What is peace initiative? So we have all these, and yeah. So you could see these are frequently asked questions designed with HTML. And something I noticed is that from here is meant to be responsive, but it's not responsive. I could say yes, the FAQ is not responsive, like the like the FAQ answer does not show or collapse. So let's see, the FAQ is not responsive, like the FAQ answer does not show collapse. So let's see how that will be corrected. So let's see how that will be corrected. So let's see. So this has been corrected right now. So all I have to do is to paste it. So let's see how it goes. So let me see if it's going to work. So let's say copy code and come back here to paste the real code. So I'm going to just edit this raw HTML, and having to edit it, I'm just going to come back here. I'm going to paste something like this. I'm going to control A. I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to paste something new. So let me just save that, and let's see if it will be responsive this time around. So let me update this, and let's see if it will be responsive. So I'm going to refresh this page, and I just have it refreshed, and let's see if that will be responsive. Now it is responsive. As you could see, we'll be able to fix the code, and the code is looking great right now, and that is the frequently asked questions. And lastly, we're going to add a footer. So I would say create a footer for this website. So yes, let's create a footer. So create a footer for this website. Let's see what the footer would look like right now. So we're going to create a footer for this website, and let's see what the footer would look like. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy the code, and yes, this is the HTML for the footer. So I'm going to copy that. So I'm going to come back right here to add another session. So having to add another session, we're going to add role, and we're going to add an inner role. Remember, we have to make it 60 pixel distance, so it's going to be 60 pixel margin. So this will be 60 pixel, and I'm going to save that. Then I'm going to add an inner role. So I'm going to click on this to add an inner role right here. I'm going to add an inner role, and I'm going to have this. I'm going to input a raw HTML. Right, again, I'm going to click on this raw HTML, and I'm going to click on this raw HTML. I'm going to control A this, and I'm going to control V to paste the code I just prompted from ChatGPT. So I'm going to save that, and here we have all these. So this is what the footer would look like right now. So this is what the footer looks like, and all I have to do is to make sure this does not repeat itself. So I'm going to update this. So let me see what we have. So we have all these. So let me just see. I'm going to just refresh this and see. Let me just refresh this page and see what we have so far. So we're going to refresh this page, and here we are. So we have this. Okay, so we have everything intact, but right now I could actually remove this photo gallery and make sure we don't have anything like that. So I could remove that whole part, and here we have the frequently asked questions. Then we have the footer. The footer looks, it doesn't look so I would say remove the icon. Yes, the icons are making it look distorted, and yes, we have this. So I'm going to come back here and have that removed. So let's see. Okay, what we are going to do is to just make sure I'm creating a simple footer with about us. Remove the follow us. I'll say remove the follow us and remove the copyright. I remove the copyright part. So remove the followers and remove the copyright part. Yes, so it will look good. So I would say remove the followers and remove the all rights reserved copyright session. So let's see how that will be debugged. So we're going to have this debugged, and let's see what we are going to have right now. So I'm going to just copy this code. So this has made the work easier for us. So I'm going to just copy this. Then I'm going to come back here I'm going to come back to this my raw HTML just to change that. So I'm going to just Control A, then Control V, the new, Control A to remove that. I'm going to Control A, then I'm going to copy this new code to paste it afresh. So I'm going to paste this. So I'm going to have that pasted, and let's see what we have right now. So yes, we just removed all that, and this is what we have right now. So what I'm seeing now, there's no space. Make it spaced evenly. Make the grid of the footer be spaced evenly. Okay, and change the background color to white. So yes, let's have that prompted just to change that. So you have to learn prompt engineering to understand this whole thing. You don't need to know how to code. All you have to do is just to follow the steps I'm just showing you right now. So I'm going to just need to know how to communicate to ChatGPT to do all this. So I'm going to copy this new code. I'm going to copy this new code. Then I'm going to come back here to edit this. I'm going to click on raw HTML. I'm going to Control A this. I'm just going to cancel all that. And I'm going to Control V to paste that. Then I'm going to save my changes. And having to save my changes, here we are. So we have it all good, and this is the footer right now. So we have the footer, and this is what we have right now. So I'm going to update this, and having to update this, all I have to do is to refresh this page and see what our full website looks like. So this is what we have so far. We have these, and we have these frequently asked questions, then we have these. So we'll be able to design the home page. You could be more creative, but for the sake of this tutorial, this is what I have to do. And as you could see, we'll be able to design the home page WP Bakery. You could do more. You could design other pages. You could design the about us page. You could design every other page alike with these methods I use: the WP Bakery, the chat GPT code, raw code, and everything. So you could do more with this. I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you there.